Hi everyone, welcome to the ITOM batch 3. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I hope you are doing well. So before starting the sessions today, I think let's take a 20-minute pause and thanks to God and ask thanks to give us, strength. And so that particular training session will be successful and you will get something and it will impact something to your life as well, right? So let's take 20-minute pause for that. Yes, I am back. Thank you, guys.
Thank you,
So,
Ajay, for your prayer.
thank you. So, what I understand from your introductions as of now, couple of folks are very new to ServiceNow who are only working on admin or ITSM part, and couple of folks are little bit experienced, but still they have not worked on ITOM side, right? So I have designed that particular ITOM training in that way. So anyone who are new to ITOM side able to understand. But as I already mentioned, the prereq for that particular training is only you should know what is ServiceNow, how ServiceNow is working, and you are little bit aware about the ServiceNow platform capabilities, ServiceNow admin part, or something related to ServiceNow ITSM, right? So that's why I just capped each and everything from the basics to advanced level, where slowly and gradually I am going with that particular basics things, and after that going to be advanced, where I will give you the practical things, where we are going to be discuss and troubleshoot lots of issues. Definitely, we will discuss whatever issues you are facing in your current project if you are allocated to an ITOM side, what challenges you are facing, what your thought process is, how you are dealing with your clients when you're working on ITSM related projects, what you have to be take care when you're doing those particular things, right? So we will discuss in that way basically. So now let me quickly share my screen to you guys and then we'll start. Let me know once you're able to see my screen.
Yeah, your screen is visible, Ajay.
Thank you. Right. So let's go with the agenda for next 25 days. In next 25 days, I'm going to be cover the CMDB and discovery. And after that, we'll start service mapping and event management for next 10 to 15 days, right? Because the base of ITOM is CMDB. If you understand the CMDB, if you understand how the data populated in the CMDB from the different ways, event management little bit easy to do that. Service mapping is little bit easy to do that, right? So we will go next after for 25 days. We are going with that particular things now, right? So agenda for the next 25 days, we are going to be discuss what are or overview of all ITOM modules, how many modules in ITOM available, what is the licensing of it, how if what customer is going to be purchased if he's purchasing something from ServiceNow, right? Overview of CMDB discovery and the service mapping, how that will works basically, right? What is the use case of it? Then we are going to be discuss about the data centers and the DR. Then also we are going to be discuss about the CI available in data centers. What is the protocol used for that particular CIs? Then slowly and gradually we are moving to the discovery side. What is the discovery? What is the use of discovery? What is the goals of the discovery? How many types of discovery available in ServiceNow? What is pattern and props basically working in ServiceNow is just a basic introduction or information about that. Definitely on the pattern and prop side, when we are moving on practical, we are going to be discuss on those particular things. So, and then network firewalls, what type of firewalls available in the market, what is the example of it. Then we'll start for practically from here, where we are going to be discuss about mid server requirements, what is the use of the mid servers, what are how many mid servers we required for the discovery based on the infra locations or DC locations, what is the hardware configuration required for that, what is a prereq for the discovery related to credentials, related to port, access, commands, whatever. Then we are going to be install the mid server using the different methods of the mid server installations file. We'll discuss about implementation flow of the discovery. We'll discuss about what is the ways or how many ways to run the discovery. And that particular things which I'm mentioning now, that is everything on the practical side. I think first week or 5 to 7 days is about to I will share with the presentations, and then we'll move out. Once our basics is clear, basics things is done, then we'll move out to ServiceNow instance with the practical knowledge on that side, right? I also believe in the practical side, but that basic should be clear to reach out that particular level. You should know how to navigate, what is use of it, right? Then we'll start on that side, right? The same way we are going to be start on discovery schedules, quick discovery. We'll discuss about the discovery behaviors, mid-server clusters, port props, classifications. Then also going to be discuss about again IP subnet ranges, how to configure the discovery schedule using the IP subnet ranges. We'll discuss about credential-less discovery, credentials affinity, Windows Server discovery, and other things, right? And here also we are going to be discuss about how you are going to be troubleshoot if you have credential issue, if you have mid-server issues, right? We'll discuss about discovery patterns, props. Again, if we need, we can also do a recap as well in next after 15 days or 20 days, what we have discussed, or if you want after every 10 days you want to be recap what we have discussed till now, just a Q&A session to all of you. You can ask to each other. I can ask couple of questions what we have learned till now to just to check your understanding and the things basically. Then we're going to be discuss about the dependency maps, relationship editors, and how to check the status, basically log understanding about the discovery things. We'll discuss about how you can schedule IPs for a specific pointed IP or the IP subnets. We'll discuss about the classifiers, props, patterns, how you can write a process classifications, how you can write a pattern, how you can extend, how you can write extend pattern, how you can write the different things in that particular side, or if you want to troubleshoot through the patterns, how you can troubleshoot the discovery issues basically, right? Then we'll little bit discuss about the SNMP classifications, ESX vCenter discoveries. Then we'll move out to the CMDB side where we are going to be discuss about the CMDB overview, class manager overview, and IRE rules, CI relationships, detailed discussions, query of IRE rules, deduplication task, right? And we're also going to be discuss about the health dashboard, query builder, CMDB workspace, CMDB groups, and definitely we'll also going to discuss about the integration with SCCM, how that integration works, and also going to be discuss about the cloud discovery and other things, right? So that is the agenda I have just planned for next 25 days. If you feel free to add. If you feel, Ajay, you missed that particular topic, which I feel that is also required for ITOM based on your understanding, where you have learned from your projects, which you have learned from your any of the capabilities, right? So feel free to add me anytime. I will try to incorporate that particular things. And that particular session, which I'm going to be covering next 25 days for the CMDB and discovery specifically, anytime if you feel, Ajay, this is not, I'm getting it, right? If you need any different any other way support, right? Don't hesitate to reach me out. I'm here to help you out, and I want that particular training will give you some impact on your life, on your career, and so you can learn more, you can grow more, and you can help out to other folks as well in the ServiceNow community. That is my end goal, to provide that particular training. If you have any questions, if anyone wants to add, feel free to add, please. Anyone have any questions? Yeah, yes, Farida.
Yeah, yeah. I did not hear you mention service mapping.
Yeah, I mentioned Farida. So first of all, for next 25 days, I'm going with the CMDB and discovery. And after 25 days, we'll start event management and service mapping. So service mapping will be there, event management will be there, but we need to understand the basics of that particular things, first of all.
Okay. Thank you.
Any other questions from anyone else? Yes, Mustan.
So, okay.
Ajay, is that CMDB will be involved in development, like how it is? It's just few of
Definitely.
configurations will be part. Yeah.
Right. So definitely it will be on practical side. We are going to be discuss if you are a CMDB analyst or configuration manager, what requirement you have to be take, how that requirement gathering you have to be proceed further, how you are going to be ensure that your CMDB health is up to date or correct basically. So we are going to be discuss on each things very detailed.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Ajay, I have a question.
Yep.
What is the scripting role in ITOM side? Any?
So scripting is there, but it's not that much. First of all, scripting, it depends. Basically, that's why I'm mentioning, right? You should be aware about the ServiceNow platform capabilities. I'm not going to be here to help out on the scripting side, but whatever the possibilities I have, I will try to help you out, like, where you can navigate for the business rules or the client scripts or the policies, whatever, right? But it's not a scripting class, basically.
Another question,
Yeah.
Ajay, is
Mhm.
what is the role of integration in this particular site, ITOM site?
Right. So role of integrations comes when you are going to be integrate with any third party source to populate the CMDB, like using the service graph connectors or using the different REST APIs. So that definitely going to be covered. And the same way when you are going to be connect with the event management solutions with the different, approaches, that is also covered there as well.
One more question, Ajay.
Mhm.
When we are when we are developing anything, that is,
Mhm.
but in case of debugging, we are facing bit
So
issue.
I already mentioned troubleshooting sessions will be there. Lots of troubleshooting will be there because, you know, can't I am always not says myself ki I am very perfect. Definitely when I'm going to be install Mitserver, I will see lots of issues there, right? And that is real time examples. And that is also done with my last batches as well, because I still feel in a single go you cannot install Mitserver without any issue. This is not happening here, which I feel. Also, when I'm going to do discover of any type of devices practically, it's not like that device is discovered in a single go, right? So I have just planned in that way. Definitely issues will be there, and we are going to be discuss or troubleshoot that particular issues or debugging that particular issues basically.
Okay, great.
Yes, Pallavini, you have also.
Yeah,
want
so
to
I
ask
was
me.
asking, so will you be giving us some real-time examples or some kind of capstone project at the end so that like we will be familiar with how the real things work? So will we be getting that?
Definitely, you will get that one, but the only thing it's up to you how much you are interested. Because what I feel in the last couple of sessions which I provided for the discovery and that particular ITOM training, pupils don't want to become on that particular point. They say like I'm okay. I have attended the training. Now it's my responsibility to take it further, right? If you are interested, I have projects. I have basically the things ready. Definitely I will provide you in every 10 days whatever you have learned, so you can go or implement on your ServiceNow instance and come back and share with us that is I have learned and I tried those particular things basically.
And that is covered in this training itself, right? Like,
Definitely
okay,
100%.
okay, yeah.
Yes, Mustan, you also raise your hand.
Sorry, no, actually it is a earlier one, but I don't know, it is not.
Okay. Any other questions from anyone else, or we are good?
Yes.
Yeah, good, Ajay.
Yeah, good. So let's move to the training now. And the first things which we are going to be discuss and why we are here, that is something ITOM. Okay, so I hope my screen is visible again.
Yes, it is.
So let's start introduction of ITOM. So basically, again, as I mentioned, the first thing we are going to be at the theoretical side. So that is what is ITOM, ITOM capabilities, CMDB process flow of the CMDB health dashboard, CMDB architecture, discovery overview, and discovery architecture and process. So let's clear the basics first of all, and then move out to the practical side, right? So I hope everyone is aware about that ServiceNow Enterprise Cloud Platform, right? So why I just mentioned on the first slide, so you should be aware how our Now platform is capable, what type of applications or modules that will support by them, and what are that capabilities providing by the Now platform basically. So I hope everyone is aware about that particular image where we have different we have different modules where IT operations comes with the five things basically in simple words: discovery, event management, service mapping, orchestration, and cloud management, right? Here you not see CMDB and CSDM. Again, pupils are going to be confused like CMDB and CSDM is part of ITOM. No, that comes with that out of the box platform capabilities. If any person or any organization who are purchasing ServiceNow, CMDB is by default and CSDM is by default available by that particular platform. If it is, I'm going to be purchased for IT service management, automatically that will there. Or if I'm going to purchase for CSM or SecOps, CSDM and CMDB is out of the box there with that particular capability. So that will not part of ITOM, but because CMDB is going to be populated by the ITOM, that's why we think that is part of ITOM basically, right? And different things is also available there. What is ITSM? How many modules in ITSM in different ways? Then CSM, then intelligence app, human resources, security operations, which we call SecOps. Then we have governance, risk and compliance, which we call IRM. Then software asset management, and then IT business management, right? And again, different now platform capabilities where knowledge base, uh, and business rules and client script, client UI policies, UI actions. There are lots of things available with the now platform, right? I think now let's move to the next slide.
I just have a quick question, Ajay. So when
Yes.
you say
Yeah.
like when you any organization buy any license for the service now, let's consider they bought the license for ITBM, not for ITSM at all. Still, CMD will come with that part.
For ITBM, no, CMDB will not come.
So only
But
if they buy for ITSM, then only it will
no,
come.
not for ITSM only, but yeah, if they are going to be buy for SecOps, if they are going to be buy for where the CI comes in the picture, basically, right? If I'm going to be buy ITAM, basically IT asset management, right? So that also there. CMDB by default come. If I'm going to purchase ITSM by default is there. If I'm going to purchase for SecOps, because ITBM is something which is not related to the CIS. That is something related to the business management. Right
Okay.
now we called SPM basically strategic portfolio management. ITBM is changed to that particular portion, and the naming convention is changed.
So
Right?
wherever the relation of CI is there, those are the modules like that will come with that CMDB by default.
Definitely, right.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So next is what is ITOM? So we are going to be discuss about that. So now I think you are able to see on my screen already, but what you think, what is ITOM, guys? In simple words, not about the ServiceNow terminology. What do you understand with ITOM? Anyone can speak.
Anything related to operations, IT operations.
Yes. Right. Anyone wants to add anything else? What is IT operations now?
related to processes, efficiency, availability, and performance.
Okay. Anyone else wants to add anything?
Yeah, I think it's all about
It-
IT infrastructure, different assets of an organizations, everything that makes up IC in terms of maybe computers, laptops, routers for an organization to deliver an IT service.
Yep, right, Michael. Anyone
It
wants
is
to add?
about
Yeah, go ahead, please.
it is all about managing assets and providing some services. So that's it.
Right, this is also nice. Okay, let me tell you what is ITOM in my words, basically, right? As you know, Pratikant mentioned, ITOM is IT operation management. What is IT operations? Why that comes in the picture? Like how IT operations works, and you are able to understand difference between ITOM and ITSM in simple words. ITOM, where we are going to be manage the operations completely for an organizations, like whatever services we are providing related to IT, that operations is going to be managed by ITOM. It's not about ServiceNow ITOM. It's about if a organization using XYZ applications related to IT, that XYZ applications running on any infrastructure related to that infrastructure services, whatever provided by which team, might be that is are related to Windows support or Linux support or the network support or monitoring of that applications, is handled by ITOM team, or in simple words, that comes in operations of IT. In different way, if I say, like when you are talking about ITSM, ITSM is again service management. So what service is provided by operations team, managing those services into manner to track what is the response time, what is the SLA, how the team is performing, that comes in ITSM. So I hope you are able to understand now why we called ITOM is IT operation management, where we are going to be manage the IT operations in for any service which is provided for IT. Okay, now if I come to the ServiceNow technology, IT operation management includes services, processes, and the best practices for IT operations availability, efficiency, and performance through ITOM. Organizations reduce infrastructure spending, improve existing resource utilization, and reduce risk due to human error. So what ServiceNow ITOM do basically, if you are going to be purchase a bundle of ServiceNow ITOM, there are different modules comes in the picture, and using the different modules, you can track, you have the visibility of your complete infrastructure, you have or you can monitor that particular applications, you can automate manual things which you are doing using manual process. So it will help to reduce the risk of human error basically. And also you will see what is that span of my infrastructure, how many costs involved with that particular data center or particular resource, or how many what is the count of my CIS, what type of CIS available in my infrastructure or in my data centers, right? So the complete ITOM bundle will provide you that complete informations. When I'm talking about complete ITOM bundle, there are different modules with the different licensing things. We will going to be discussed on the next slide those particular things. Now, IT operation management, how it will help us, right? So it improve IT service consistency and reliability. It help to provide or automate our processes through AI and machine learning. When I'm specifically mentioning AI and machine learning, definitely you will ask where AI and machine learning comes in the picture, right? When you are going to do event management, AI and machine learning comes there. When you have predictive intelligence enabled for that, So based on that, you can assume, or based on that, you can monitor the metric data, and you have visibility if any issue is going to be happen in your infrastructure. The same thing comes on the service mapping side, where you can use using the machine learning or the patterns, you can create the service maps easily. In the same way, that is also comes in, our CMDB and discovery side, where it going to be automatic detect based on the IRE rules if any duplicates are there, or health rules are there, or any, if you created a pattern, automatically that is going to be captured. Right. So it helped to automate your processes. And again, automated processes is not about this one. There are one more thing in orchestration. Using that, we can automate the things. Using that, we can write, or we can write step by step what things needs to be performed on the end user device. Right. Then we have proactively identifies and resolve problems. Proactively identifies and resolve problems using the event management, where you have automatically, or using the understanding of the metric data through machine learning, something is going to be happen on that particular device, and you have proactively work on that one, and resolve that incident, so your business will not be impacted due to that. Right size IT resources in lockstep with real-time users demand. Now, it will help to identify how big infrastructure you have it, how many CIs are using which applications, which database is running on that particular CI, which application is running on that particular CI, that who is that assigned owner, or who is that particular one, right? So it will give you the complete visibility, and based on that, you can understand that right sizing of that particular resources. If it is over occupied, you can move out different things to different infrastructure. If you feel no, that is not over occupied, you can install, or you can run one more or two more applications on the same infrastructures. It will give you that particular uh, things basically, right? Then predict issues. Again, you are able to predict your issues if you have complete ITOM modules, where discovery connected, event management connected, and service mapping connected. So all three will provide you to give the prediction of the issues basically. Minimize user impact. Again, if everything is working fine, you have predictively find out the issues. Definitely, you're going to be minimize user impact, where your business is not impacted due to that particular things, right? Automate workflows across team. Again, it's come like if you have any workflow where which you want to be automate, like let me give an example. Windows team comes to you and ask you, uh, Ajay, I want to be automate that particular thing, because I don't want to be do manual. I need like but they have one job. They are coming on the daily basis morning, and running some commands on all Windows server. But if they are running that particular command, they are utilizing 3 hours a day. Right. So we can automate that particular one. So we can write a script, or using orchestration or integration hub, we can write that one, and automatically when we are going to that particular uh, we have to log in on that particular Windows servers and write that particular scripts to be run that particular things, right? So again, we are going to be automate that workflows across the teams and different stakeholders. And connect your data is something where you have CMDB, which provide you complete informations about your CMDB database management in the single source of truth, where you can integrate with different sources using the service graph connectors, using the REST APIs, and it will available on the ServiceNow instance in single source of truth as a CMDB. So I hope you are able to understand what is ITOM and how ITOM is going to be help out. ServiceNow ITOM is going to be help out to automate IT operations for different organizations. And it's not limited to IT organizations. It applies to the all organizations. That can be telecommunication organization or healthcare, any, because definitely they are going to use the infra. Definitely they are going to use the applications, right? For different purpose, basically. So any questions before moving to the next slide? No, I think let's move to the next slide now. Yeah. So as I mentioned, we have different packages available with the ITOM. if customer wants just visibility of CIs, he is going with the ITOM visibility. In ITOM visibility, that is something standard we can say. And in that one, he is getting discovery. So he will get discovery things he can do or discover that their infrastructure. He will get service mapping. Then we have certificate management. Then firewall auditing and reporting is there. Service graph connector is there. He will get CMDB 360 and firewall auditing and reporting there, right? So earlier when that things is started, that lots of things not coming in ITOM visibility, only discovery and service mapping there. Then how ServiceNow is going to be realize herself, and the things is going to be add in that particular item visibility package basically, right? So CMDB 360 is introduced last, I think last releases basically, right? So they are going to be add those particular things part of as a visibility, right? And if you are able to see in my right hand side in image, I just simply manage or showcase how item visibility works, right? Here, if you see that your infrastructure is there, you have service graph connectors, you have tools which is going to be update the CMDB. Mid servers comes in the picture to update all that particular infrastructures, that can be containers, that can be certificates, that can be serverless discovery, firewalls, endpoint, right? So that particular things will be there. Sorry. How it's going to be help out to improve my CMDB. So I've already mentioned, like, it's going to be prioritize response based on the business impact, align spend to the business initiatives, align technology risk to the business, right? Increase efficiency and reduce risk when planning changes, right? So if we have a source of truth as a CMDB, and if it is healthy and up to date, lots of things or lots of issues will be automatically resolved, right? Now, next is ITOM predictive AI ops, which we call professional. Here, event management comes in the picture, health log analytics comes in the picture, ServiceNow metric intelligence applications comes in the picture, and agent client collector. Right. I also mentioned in the next slide how many things will comes in the agent client collector, but that particular things will comes when you are going to be purchase ITOM predictive AI ops. So it's complete about to monitor. It's ServiceNow is not a monitoring tool, but it's just give you complete informations about your infrastructure, how your infrastructure is working now, and how you can resolve or how you can fix the issues, whatever the issues running on your infrastructure, right? So health log analytics will provide you complete information about your CI health. Event management solutions with going to be integrated with the different monitoring tools and give you complete information about again your CI, and then different ways, like how your application working on the CI, how infrastructure is working on your CI, how database is running on your CI, right? ServiceNow metric intelligence applications I just mentioned in the last time, couple of minutes back only. Metric intelligence is something going to use the machine learning. So metric data you can ingest in the ServiceNow, and machine learning will learn the data and create some patterns there. If anything happened above and below that particular patterns, automatically one alert will be generated, and automatically one incident will be generated for that, right? Again, agent client collector is helping out to install some ACC or agent on your devices, which you can use to discover that particular device or monitor that device, right? That is something newly introduced recently by ServiceNow. Next is ITOM optimization, which we called AIOps Enterprise. ITOM optimizations we got cloud management, cloud provisioning and governance, cloud insight billing. So cloud management and these particular things, when you want to be monitor your complete cloud, and you want to make ServiceNow as a source of truth where everything will be available, or you can perform lots of activities from ServiceNow itself. Like, if you want to provision a cloud machine or a virtual machine, you can provision it from ServiceNow itself. You don't want to go to service on cloud portal like Azure or AWS. You can do it from here, right? Again, you have the complete billing insight of how many cloud resources are going to be used, what are the service accounts they are using. And you can also like what happens in IT environments, basically everything have a budget, right? So if you get 1 CR budget example, so you have visibility where I'm going to be use my 1 CR and where I can save money if I have a capable or a lot cloud resources available and cloud things available, right? So it will give you complete insight or automations for that cloud management things where you can use that particular word. Again, don't be confused. Cloud discovery is not part of ITOM optimization. That is only part of ITOM visibility. Okay, let me move to the next slide.
Ajay, I have one question.
Yes,
So,
please.
okay, so whenever any organization will buy the item license, so only this
Hmm.
item visibility, they will get only the standard one, and this professional and AI ops one, the extra plugins they have to buy.
Yes, and with that, if they are going to be buy everything, we called ITOM bundle, right? And if they want for discovery or they want for event management, they are going to be buy these specific licenses basically. And I hope my bad. Sorry. So I mentioned 2 times that one. Let me go back. Sorry. Why it's behaving like this? Yeah, sorry. I just mentioned firewall editing 2 times in ITOM visibility. I just recall. So one is here, what that we called certificate inventory and management. By mistake I mentioned this. So certificate inventory and management again comes for where you want to be manage your certificate inventory and you want to be automate or manage those particular certificates in CMDB itself. Any other questions from anyone else? Okay, I think let me move to the next slide then.
Ajay, I have a
Okay.
question on certificate.
Yes.
Certificate.
Yeah.
Actually, what exactly certificate is?
Come again. Sorry.
What exactly certification is?
Certificate. What exactly certificate is, right? You want
Yeah,
to
correct.
know that one, right? So
Exactly.
certificate is just nothing. It's just to be authorize your in simple words, if I say authorize your I, I'm just not recalling the right word. Let me try to rephrase in the different way. Authorization of your call or your transactions basically. In simple in different way, let me tell you, like when you are going to be do some transactions with your bank, right? How they are going to be authorize you, how they are going to be certified you, this is only Pratikant, I am let me log in him, right? So they have given you some user ID password, or they are using your face, or you're using some OTPs, right? The same way, when it's not about the credentials, but when you are going to do some API calls or transactions over the internet, certificates comes in the picture. So that certificate authorities provide you, that certificate you can use, and that is going to be transact that will be helping out to secure your data when you are going to be transact between any two systems. So certificate inventory and management plugin will help you out to be discover the all certificates which is going to be used by different devices or different servers or load balancers. And if they are, because they have some visible limited validity, right? So if they are going to be expired, you can renew that certificate. If you want to purchase a new certificate, you can also do that, right? So the same way, if your account ID or user ID or password is going to be expiring every 3 months, you are going to be reset it, right? Manually. So the same way certificate is going to be do that. And that ServiceNow certificate inventory and management will help you out to do that.
Got it. Got it. Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions before moving to the next slide?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
So this regarding the certificate, this should comes under professional because we need to buy this.
Which one? No, it will come with ITOM visibility only.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Because what is simple? It's everything mentioned in the name only. ITOM visibility, where you want to be visible, where you want to be understand how many CIS or infra we have available, right?
Okay.
ITOM predictive is something where you want to be predict if any issue is going to be occur on my system or not. Getting my point? Means what monitoring do? Monitoring is give you the information that something is going to be happen on your infra. So that is predictively using the AI ops and machine learning. They will give you that predictive proactively information. If something is happening on your infra, please just take care of that.
Okay.
Right? So that is there.
Ajay,
Okay. Yeah. Mhm.
regarding to certificate management, is those certificates will be going to discover TLS or SSL certificate?
Both. Both
Sorry.
certificates will discover. Both certificate will
Oh,
discover, and
okay.
there are different ways to be discover that one, right? So one is you can discover using the infra IPs. You can also integrate with certificate provider, which is GoDaddy or something else, right? You can integrate with that and you can pull the certificates, right? So it depends.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Ajay, can you
I,
little
Mhm.
explain about the firewall audit and reporting?
So firewall auditing and reporting is something like, how many firewalls is going to be used about you're going to use in your infrastructure. Do you understand what is firewall first of all?
It's kind of security. You could say safety, antivirus kind of things.
Okay. Okay, fine. Anyone else know what is firewall? Okay, let me tell you. So firewall is something which stops to reach the bad traffic to the destination. Right. So let me take an example. In my laptop, I just want to be explore or I just want to be connect with google.com. But through my IP, if I'm going to reach out to google.com, I'm not able to reach it because I'm using different things, right? So firewalls comes in the picture, which stops you to reach out to that particular destination, right? So the same way, what firewall auditing and reporting do, where whatever you are going to do on the, firewall like Checkpoint or the Cisco, which they are providing their firewalls, whatever you want to do on their portal, you can do the same capabilities in ServiceNow itself, where you can do auditing of those firewalls, where you can, publish the report, okay, what type of fire or what type of policies you have configured those particular devices. And firewall and firewall things we are going to be discussed in the next slides in next days, where I just specifically mention how firewall is going to be stop the traffic. What is that, use because when you are going to be discover any device with customer infrastructure, definitely firewalls comes in the picture, and how they are going to be configure or they are going to be allow your traffic to reach out to the destination device. Or there are multiple types of firewalls, that internal, external. There are lots of providers of the firewalls, Checkpoint, Cisco, and different, right? So we are going to be discuss on those particular things the next slides. Anything else from anyone?
No, Ajay, that's all from my side.
Okay, let me move to the next slide now. I just specifically mentioned these two things, ITOM Cloud Accelerate or Agent Client Collector, right? So recently in Xanadu, they introduced ITOM Cloud Accelerate. It just nothing. They just changed the naming convention of the last part, which I just mentioned, ITOM optimization, where cloud management and cloud provisioning and governance comes. Now, what they are providing in ITOM Cloud Accelerate, they are providing the cloud account management. They are providing the cloud service accounts, service catalogs. They help you to provide the cloud migration assessments, cloud configuration and governance, and cloud action library. So where you are able to perform each and every activity from ServiceNow instance itself without moving to cloud portal that can be Azure or AWS, right? So Cloud Accelerate give you the complete, functionality to do that, right? In right hand side, if you mention, we can create and govern your cloud subscriptions account through workflow and policies in the cloud account management. They will provide you a couple of out of the box service catalogs or workflow driven catalogs which help to operate with the policy and governance of the cloud side. It also provide the scans for violation from the best practices norms and the remediate configuration drifts that is going to be provided by the cloud configuration governance. They will provide you the action library all about the cloud, right? So that they will provide that particular things in the cloud ITOM Cloud Accelerate, and that is something newly introduced by ServiceNow this January release. Right, next is agent client collector. I hope you heard about that agent client collector. That is nothing. That is just a simple agent which we are going to be installed on the customer device or customer machine, and connecting the ServiceNow instance with that, so we can collect the informations, we can connect or we can monitor that particular device, and that informations comes to ServiceNow and we can do our next things basically, right? So we have a framework which is provided by agent client collector. Then we have monitoring again. In the last time, as I mentioned, event management. So even in event management, there are different monitoring tools provided by the third parties like SolarWinds is there, Ascom is there, Jabix is there. There are lots of tools in the market, right? The same way, now ServiceNow introduced their monitoring tool, or we can say agent client collector to monitor the infrastructure. The same and the different now like discovery is one of the things ServiceNow is already provided. Now they also provided agent client collector for visibility, where they can install one agent on the machine and we can discover that particular device. How? Like SCCM is working. SCCM is working agent based. Discovery is not agent based, right? But SCCM and Intune or JAMF, they are agent based. Some agent is going to be installed on end user machines, and based on that, they are going to be collect the data. Then we have log analytics, the same of thing will be there, security incident response and live CI view. So using the agent client collector, these particular things we are able to perform, and these particular things comes under when we are going to be purchase agent client collector. And it depends what we want or what thing we are going to be purchase under the agent client collector. If we are purchasing for monitoring, that is also okay. If we are going to be for discovery or visibility, that is also okay. Right? So that is all about ITOM capabilities and package, which is provided by ServiceNow. Any questions in that?
Ajay, Prashant here.
Yep, Prashant.
Can you also talk about licensing and how the licensing, the kind of type of license are available within ITOM at least? Understand the basics.
So that I just mentioned, these are the licensing types: standard, professional, AI enterprise, AI ops enterprise, and all, right? But I don't want to be discussed, that how licensing is calculated, because what I feel that ServiceNow licensing calculation is different for different customers. That I feel, and that I observed in last couple of years. Let me give you an basic example. My what my understanding says, the licensing calculation, for example, discovery. If you purchase a 500 license for discovery, how they are going to be calculated? Whatever the physical device in your infrastructure or network or switch or the storage, the count of those devices equals to 500. That they then in that way they are calculating. No virtual machines comes in that licensing for discovery, no other component, only what I mentioned: physical devices, networks devices that can be routers, switch, and anything, and then your storage. They are going to be calculate on that device count, and they see what is the count of them and what is you have purchased licensing, right? So in the next slide, I also mentioned, right, when you're going to be enable the discovery plugin, right? specifically when you're enabling this discovery plugin, ITOM licensing plugin is enabled by default, where you can see where you have the visibility, you have 500 license or 600 license you have purchased, and this is a consumption of it, and you have a report available for which device that licensing is going to be calculated out of the box.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's going into a standard methodology of calculating units.
That
It's going
is
to say
only
unit, right?
right.
Something, yeah, such 600
Right,
units.
unit wise, basically, like the same way in ITSM you have ITL or fulfillment or approver rules, right?
Okay.
So based on that, licensing going to be calculated the same way. Here it is also going to be calculated in the same way. In event management, on the CIS specific, right? How many CIs you got event, basically, right? That is there. So any questions on those particular things? Anything? No, we are good. What is in next
Ajay,
slide? Okay.
Sorry.
Go ahead, please.
Ajay, going forward in the previous slide, we're going to deep dive into these things, like how it is, Ajay, regarding
Right. So
not this one,
definitely
the
the next one.
yep,
This no,
this cloud accelerate
no, no,
this
no,
one.
no, 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 no. I'm not going to be, help out on the ITOM Cloud Accelerate, because that is something different level. I think what my suggestion is, or what I'm trying to give you, we will discuss about little bit on the basic sides. What is the use of it? How you can configure and all, right? But the main focus of that particular ITOM training is CMDB, discovery, service mapping, and event management. So if you are able to understand those particular things from the scratch to advance, automatically you are able to understand how ITOM Cloud Accelerate will work. This is just all about the process. It's just all about the configuration. It's just all about that, different things you can do in that one.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions? Because I think we are on the time now. Any other questions? Because I'm going to discuss the CMDB and other things tomorrow. So before wrapping up the sessions for today, any questions from your side, guys?
Yes, Ajay. Actually,
Yes, Pratika.
CSDM is there. What is the role of CSDM in item module, or in ITSM process? It's CMDB.
Yeah,
CSDM.
that is also the CSDM is nothing. CSDM is common service data model is just a framework. Now let me ask you, how do you know what is incident? Who tell you what is incident? And what is the process behind that? There is a governing body, ITIL, which who tells you incident means if any service interruption is there, right? They tell you about their processes. Like, if incident comes, let's define the priority of that incident, right? If the P1 priority is there, means it's a highly impacted that should be resolved within 20 minutes or 1 hour. Means somebody define the process and the framework to used by all across the organizations, right? The same CSDM is just a framework which ServiceNow designed to understand your services, to understand your complete visibility under a business capability, under a business application and business service, and how these particular things connected to your infrastructure, basically. Right? So it just, theoretical things where you are going to be create a relationship with that business application service to business service to technical service, or business service to application service, and application service connected to that different infrastructures. Technical service is going to connect with the different infrastructures, but business service is going to be connect with different technical service or application service. This just a framework that ServiceNow designed to give more visibility about your infrastructure, about your services. That's why we called common service data model, which allow or which applicable across different type of organizations. I hope it's clear.
Yeah,
And
Ajay,
indeed,
actually,
yeah, go ahead.
so many out of box box things are there in CSTM, but for in my project, few implementation are happening. That few custom things are done in CSDM project. Actually, it takes almost 1 hour, 1 year to complete the CSDM project implementation. So that's why
CSDM project is something different, brother. It's not like that you can implement in a single day, because at least 5 months, 3 or 4 months, which I tell you because I also worked on the CSDM side earlier. 3 or 4 months you need to understand the services, you understand the business capabilities, you understand the business applications, you understand the stakeholders. It's not about to design a thing for a single LOB. It's design the CSDM for complete organization. If I'm talking about complete organizations, like you are working for Cognizant, in Cognizant, first of all, you are trying to understand how many LOBs are there. You are trying to understand how many services are there. What is the services? Then you are going to understand about that, business applications are there. Then you are going to be understand how many services are connected to what type of infrastructure, right? So it's a model. You have to design the model first of all, and then you are going to be implement on the service now. Right? So it's take time to, you are going to analyze the data, you are going to analyze the everything in your organization, and then you are going to be implement on in ServiceNow instance to give more visibility.
Yes. Actually, I'm acquainted with a few terms like business application service, like technical service offering, and so many different things I came to learn
Right.
from that.
I can understand your curiosity, but if I can cover everything on single day,
okay, no
try
issue,
to understand.
Ajay.
Right.
That
So
is not.
what that's why I'm trying. I give you the basic thing now. Definitely, slowly and gradually, we are moving to our classes. We are going to be discuss about each terminology, each things, whatever comes under the ITOM. We are going to be discuss about CSDM as well, right?
Okay, no issue.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I understand your curiosity, but and I'm definitely agreed. We should be curious to understand each and everything, but just we have to, make some patience so we can understand easily. Slowly and gradually, we can move to that side.
Great, Ajay.
Yeah. Any last minute questions, because I think we are running out of time now. Any other questions?
Yeah, Ajay.
Yes, Ritu.
So I have done a small amount of our
Yes.
discovery in ITOM. So I have noticed that there is some networking knowledge is needed also. So can you explain how much networking side knowledge is required from the aspect
In
from
my
this ITOM?
in my terms, I say you don't want to be a network expert. You don't want to be a Windows or the Linux expert, but you should understand how network protocol is working, right? Let's take an example. You are running a discovery on network device, router or switch, and you are going to be stuck. How you are going to be troubleshoot that one, right? How you can, run SNMP queries, how you can test the credentials, how you can understand the OIDs. That's something you required from the ServiceNow prospectus, right? And those particular things, as I especially mentioned when I showcase you the agenda, the SNMP classifications, router discovery, I especially mentioned, right? So we are going to be cover that as well.
Okay.
And I will tell you, that's what I'm saying. I'm going to be cover the basics. If you know the basics, then definitely you are able to do the advanced things.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be cover the first day advance. Yes, Prashant.
Sorry for the interjection. I may have to drop off for the day. Thank you.
Sure,
We'll catch you
Prashant.
tomorrow.
Definitely on the same time.
Yep, excellent.
Okay, I think
Thank you all.
any
Have a
other
nice day.
last minute question, guys? Or we are good
No,
for today.
Yeah, correct. Thank you, Ajay.
I think, yeah. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for your time. We are good for today. Let's meet you at the same time tomorrow and let's proceed further step by step for the things. And if you have any questions, any doubt, you can put on that particular, WhatsApp group, or you can put on the team, or sorry, Skype chat. Whenever I get a time, definitely I will respond you here. But that's something related to that, what we have learned today. Okay. And apart from that, we will slowly and gradually learning and, moving forward further.
Yeah, thanks Ajay for this wonderful session today.
Thank you guys. Thank you so much. Have a good day. Bye-bye. Take care.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.